Hey y'all, so I realized I haven't given you a tour of my office. So I haven't been here in a while because of COVID. Obviously, I've been working virtually from home and I wanted to make sure this is our lobby. We've got masks and hand sanitizer and everything over here. I wanted to make sure to show you what my office looks like because I know I have a lot of new friends. Hear some tunes in the background. Hey! And so this is my office that I share with one of my close friends. And this is my setup because I'm about to go live and chat with y'all about confidence and coaching and checking in. But this is what my office looks like on the inside. We always have a little quote and a little saying here. I'm going to close the door so we can chat without the rest of the stuff, but here's more of the office. So we have this cute little shelf. I love all this stuff. My office mate is like such a good interior designer. Don't mind all my crazy cords and stuff. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching and listening from in the meantime while I'm giving you an office tour. Before we chat, we're going to chat and talk about, just catching up in life. Just such cute little pieces in here. I love it. Okay, I'm moved to a different vantage point. Welcome. Just doing an office tour and checking in with y'all. Checking in because there's so much going on. There's so much stress. There's so much change. There's so much, we're being pulled in so many directions. And so maybe we need to just sit down and chat and check in. So I just wanted to show you my office a little bit closer because I know I have a lot of new friends that haven't seen this place because I haven't been here. I've been at home working virtually. And today I decided to come in and I was like, you know what, let me share this with my friends. Let me share this with my internet friends, the tribe, okay? So let me know. Got some stones here. Clients can take stones and use them as worry stones. They feel really good. They're cool, have a little weight to them. So anywho, okay, I'm going to go take a seat right there, put my camera right here, and we're going to get into this. We're going to talk. We're going to talk today, okay? If I learn how to, you guys, I don't know how to turn the camera backward. Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyway, in the meantime, let me know where you're watching and listening from. Why, you guys? How do I do this? Can someone tell me how to turn the camera around? I don't know how to turn the camera around. Oh, you know what's funny is that I always end up doing this on accident. And when I actually want to turn the camera around, I can't do it. Tap the screen. You guys, I am tapping it and it's not happening. It's not happening. So I might just have to turn it around and then I won't be able to see what you're saying. Tap on the screen twice. Tap, okay? Tap, and tap in. Okay, but it's not working. This is Instagram. Oh, you know what? There's something in the top corner right here that literally has two arrows so that I can turn around. Okay, hi friends. I know I haven't seen you in a minute. I see someone. Thank you for, managing to deal with me. Hopefully I will not drop all of these things. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things, right? Okay, I don't know how y'all deal with me, to be honest. This is crazy. Okay, I see someone's in New Jersey. I see someone else is in Houston, Texas. Baby. Okay, I love it. So let's chat. Let's catch up. Thank you. My office looks nice. I know. I love it. It's so cute. It's so calming. The energy is just so calming. So I just wanted to check in on a couple of different things. Obviously, we all know what's going on in the world right now. Sunny Dreams and Happy Things is in California. I love it. There's a lot going on, which we all know. I'm hoping that you're all really able to take things back to the basics during times of higher stress. We're going through things like, daylight savings, and the lack of sunlight can be something that takes a toll on our mental and emotional well-being. So hopefully you're getting some daylight and some sunlight throughout this season. Hopefully also you are taking it back to the basics and making sure that you're getting enough rest, enough water, enough nutritious, balanced food. And I've been talking about this with my clients, the need to be able to cover your bases, so that you can manage all of the weight that we're carrying societally, and just in our personal lives, right? Our relationships may be in certain places. Our personal growth and development might be taking a lot of energy, like having dealing with yourself and having your personal growth journey be something that you focus on is actually pretty energetically taxing. It's like working out, it's exercise. So it would make sense that if you're trying to learn more about yourself, you're trying to level up, you're trying to improve yourself, you want to have better relationships, that, it would be exhausting. It's exhausting. So hopefully you're keeping up with the outflow, right? The output by inputting supportive conversations with people you know and care about, by inputting time for yourself to relax, breathe, and be, for you to input, spiritual, whatever that looks like for you, wellness and healing and growth, physical wellness, healing and growth, relational, societal, financial, all of these things really matter and make a huge difference. And so because there's a lot going on right now, this whole year, there's been really just, a lot that has been going on for people. And maybe we're being pulled in a lot of different directions, whether that means you're a cousin, a sister, an aunt, a brother, an uncle, a dad, a mom, a kid, a worker, a business owner. There's just so many directions that we're being pulled in. And hopefully you can reserve a little bit of yourself for yourself, if that makes any sense. And so I wanted to check in and chat and see how y'all are doing. Feel free to share in the comments if you have any questions, comments, concerns that have been lingering. I'm in this phase of talking about confidence. I'm actually thinking of I think I'm gonna do like a confidence, I'm wondering if I should do a confidence course, like cultivating confidence, or this confidence crash course, or if it should be something else. So if you guys have any insight on that, do you think I should do a course? If you think I should do a course, put a 1. If you think the topic of confidence is one that's significant, then let me know, because I've been hearing a lot about it. And what's really funny is that it comes up quite a bit in sessions. And before I tell this story, I want to first take a look at these comments. So I see someone else is in New Jersey. I love it. I love that we're a global tribe. I see California. All right. Vancouver. Hey, Yvonne. Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you for this much needed distraction. I know. I was like, maybe no one will get on. No one wants to see, wants to talk to me. But whatever. Like, I'll just hop on, and whoever wants to chat and spend some time just spending our energy differently right now. If we need to spend our energy differently right now, that's absolutely okay. There's no one that can fault you for that. Is that what's going on? Lack of sun. I've been moody lately. That might be it. That might be a part of it. I know I personally, sunlight, natural light is a huge contributor to my wellness. I used to work in a jail. There were no windows in the building unless I went outside of a unit to go. It was only when you're outside that you really got sunlight. And so that was when I really recognized how much it took a toll on me, because I would get to work and I would not see the sun, and it would be so sad. A confidence course would be awesome. Yes, that's what I'm thinking about. So first I wanted to share some updates. Okay, so in a week from today, I will be in Nashville. I'm going to be doing my debt-free scream live with Dave Ramsey. I could probably pass out. I'm sweating instantly. So wish me luck and tune in. Okay, tune in live Tuesday, November 10th, between 1 and 2 Central Standard Time. That's going to be crazy. And then I'm going to be there for the rest of the week, hanging out with the Ramsey team, learning from them. My brain can't really wrap around the whole wow. Okay. Wow. I will share what I can. I don't know if I'm allowed to share things or whatever, but I will do what I can to share with y'all, because you're part of the tribe. And when you have a community, you get access. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get y'all some access. Okay, just kidding, but I'm not kidding. If nothing else, then I will do recaps and just great takeaways by the end. Maybe I will be going live, kind of talking about this confidence stuff in the meantime as well while I'm there. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. So if you are someone who wants to watch me do my debt-free scream, if you are interested or care at all, which you should because it's going to be really great, then you should definitely tune in a week from today, between 1 and 2 Central Standard Time. It would be cool if we like broke the internet because everybody was tuning in, whatever, it's fine. I just want y'all there to support me on it. So support me and cheer me on. Next thing. So I'm thinking about this week and everything going on, the elections. If you haven't voted, Lord, I hope you did. I'm an immigrant, so I voted. This is the first time I got to vote in a presidential election because I became a citizen in 2017. So I became a citizen in 2017, and then I was able to vote in like is it called midterms? Primaries? I don't know. I voted fall of 2017 for the first time, but it was not a presidential election. And so this was the first time I got to vote. Like, I had to study for my ability to vote. I had to take a test to become a citizen. Okay, I had to put an oath. Okay, so I was like, I'm gonna use all of my privileges and all of my rights. So hopefully, as an American citizen, if you were born here, that you see the value in your ability to have a say in what your government and at some level, okay, to exercise what freedoms people essentially died and worked hard for, and to this day is not just something that is handed out frivolously. So I'm going to get off of that soapbox. However, I do recognize that I'm seeing a lot of people, and I'm seeing a lot of my sessions and my clients, that it's coming up and that there are a lot of stressors around, the election. And just because it ends this week doesn't mean that the stress from it ends as well. So what I'm doing is in the beginning of the pandemic, I was doing, pay what you can check-in sessions. I'm going to bring that back. So if you need to do a pay what you can check-in session with me, if you live in the state of Nevada, then it could be counseling or coaching. If you live outside of the state of Nevada, I offer coaching for those who do not live here because my license is in Nevada. Hey, so if you want to do a check-in session, it could be anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. And, it's pay what you can, because I know that life is just whatever right now. Everybody's pockets is whatever right now. I want to make sure that I'm doing what I can to support my community, and what I do is I support people. I help them be able to get through things like this. This is what I'm a master at. Literally, I have my master's degree. So if you want to do a check-in session, it's not that you have to commit for more than one session or anything like that. It might just be, I need to talk to somebody, about what I'm dealing with or what I'm feeling right now. And we can make that, a little check-in session, and you can feel free to DM me or email me, and we can get you set up with that as soon as we can. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that I made myself available in some way, shape, or form to support y'all however I can. There will be a new episode of the podcast out tomorrow, so make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you're on the email list if you care to be notified about this confidence situation, okay, that I'm coming up with, which leads us to our next topic, okay? So, yes. Wow, you worked in a jail. Yes, I worked in juvie, and it was a wild time in my life. That's so awesome. We will need that story sometime. I know, I'm gonna have to do a whole live just on working in kid jail. Okay, that'll be another day. Yes, my debt-free scream is gonna be crazy. I don't even know. I might pass out on air. It's fine. Fit Ain't Free says, girl, yes, my clients are highly on edge. Yeah, so I know that a lot of people are struggling right now. A lot of people are just dealing with emotions that maybe they've never had come up, or up to this level of intensity, and that makes complete sense. And some people are just feeling like they are kind of going over the edge, and so, or it's just uncomfortable, which is fine too. The world doesn't have to be ending to be uncomfortable and to need someone to talk to or to get some support. So yes, coaching, pay what you can sessions available in this next couple of weeks, and that will be first come, first serve, because time is limited. So there's that, okay? There will be limited spots. If you're feeling like the pull is this is it, then you need to go ahead and send me a DM and come back to the live, because we're going to talk about confidence. So what happened today? boy. You see how I'm looking right now, right? You see what I'm looking like. And when I have my mask on, I look like this, literally. So because of voting, one of these restaurants in town that's vegan, because I don't eat meat or dairy, was giving away free sandwiches for people that voted. So I got my sandwich, I went back to my car so that I could do something in my car, I don't remember. But as I'm walking to my car, and before keep going, anyone that's new, drop in the comments where you're watching and listening from, because I want to know. I'm walking to my car after I make my little order, and I'm like, la, 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 looking like this. La, 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 la. Mind you, you can only see my eyeballs. Literally, a man breaks his head. He's in his car like this, and he's like he can't leave or go anywhere. Like, why are you all up in my life? And I'm like, this is me. And so I'm like, why is this man staring at me so hard? As like, what is going on? To the point that he was driving, like I was in my car, he was driving, he almost missed his light. He was I'm like, hey, I was just at Potts earlier. So Potts was the place that I was at because Potts offered a free sandwich to anyone that voted. I love Potts. If you are in Vegas, you should be heading over there. I was standing there waiting for my meal and I was like, did they add new things to the menu? Like, loaded fries? I need to try the desserts. Anyway, I love Potts. So I was at Potts and someone broke their whole neck. And I look like this with a mask on. All you can see are my two eyeballs. And this man is driving in his car. And he's like, oh my gosh, who's that? That's my dramatization, right? Like, when you watch a commercial. And so he was all up in my business. And I'm like, bruh, like you were going to get in a car accident, okay? And what I'm thinking, because I'm thinking about creating this course on confidence, is like, I'm literally dressed. This is how I am dressed. Like I was not going to the club. It was just me walking to my car. But what I was thinking about was people see energy. People can read and feel energy. And because of whatever I exude, or I was exuding at the time, I guess, if I'm exuding confidence, this person is seeing me and they are seeing the energy that I carry myself with. And it's attractive to them. It doesn't have to be sexual attraction. It could be amazement. It could be love. It could be joy. It could be, admiration. It could be maybe envy, depending on the person. And so the thing about confidence is that it's something that lives within you that you exude. It's something that we are born with that you are capable of reclaiming, remembering, reattaining, right? And so I was having that experience and I was like, why is he looking at me like that when I literally look like this, okay, with a mask on? And I was like, it's because of who I am on the inside, that coming out or that showing or that somehow being communicated, and him seeing that and recognizing and being like, what is it about that person that makes them whatever? And confidence, I think, is something that everybody wants or needs or feels like they need, but feels like it's out of their reach. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If you have questions about confidence, now's the time to ask them, because then I can make sure that I collect them and address them as I talk about this more. And so I feel like confidence, or the lack thereof, gets in the way of people being able to execute. And in order to make progress, you have to execute. But if you feel like you need to have confidence before you can actually do and exercise, right, whatever it is that's entailed in your plan, then you have to deal with the confidence piece. It's just like on a personal finance journey where you have to decide, act, reevaluate, transform, okay? You need to become aware, accept, and pay attention to what you're doing and how you're doing it. But you have to actually be doing something. And the mindset gets in the way of people being able to implement the plan when money has nothing to do, or yes, it does. It's just very small. Money is about math and, the formulas and all of that stuff. But for most people, money has more to do with the mindset than it has to do with the math. And again, for most people, confidence has more to do with your mindset than it does with anything else. And so that's something that I'm seeing, like when I talk to clients and what I see online, when I'm looking for things to share with y'all, and what gets in the way of people being able to do what they otherwise feel called to, whether it's write that book, sing that song, do that dance, write the movie, I don't know, start your business, like run for office, like I don't know what it is that you feel called to do, and people they don't execute because they lack the confidence. And if confidence is what we got to talk about so we can get you to the next place, okay, then we can make confidence the thing, okay? So what's one thing that we can do today to start building confidence? You can start seeing yourself as a confident person, because your ability to ask that question on this live is an example of confidence. To be able to speak your mind. This is a form of public speaking. Public speaking is the number one fear for people. And you just did it. Boom. That's confidence. And when you start to see yourself and use the evidence that you have to support that you are confident now, then you can see yourself as confident then. So we think our confidence lies somewhere in the distance, but we have to recognize that confidence lives in this moment. It only ever lives in this moment. So being able to recognize that confidence is something that you're working on makes you confident in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Look, don't sunny dreams and happy things. We will add you on right now. Do you want to come on live with me? Come on now. Don't play games. We can do it now together. But I won't force you. Do whatever you got to do, okay? Now, the confident you that makes the video is still you, but it's a different part of you. It's a different level of confident you, if that makes sense. Actually, I should turn this over here so y'all can see this right here. This is believe in yourself. Okay, but the phone will fall if I leave it there. So never mind. Oh my gosh, you guys. Come on. I have my phone sitting on stones that are slippery, so hopefully it doesn't fall. Okay, so seeing yourself in some way, shape, or form as confident now is going to make a huge difference in your ability to see yourself as confident then or later. We push it off and say, later is when I will feel confident. No. And there are many things that if you made a list, go ahead in the comments right now. Start making a list and share it with us of things that can be classified as confident. If you left the house today and you went to your workplace and you spoke in a meeting, or you talked to a coworker about a project, or you messaged a friend, you said you wanted to hang out, or you gave someone advice, or you gave them support, those are all acts and examples of confidence. If you liked what you wore, that's confidence. If you felt good in your skin at some point, that's confidence. If you have ever been able to set back, yes, say no, that's confidence. That's confidence. Someone else, go ahead in the comments. Let us know what your examples are. But here's the thing. We want to diminish the little things that we do regularly, and we want to acknowledge the large accomplishments that we experience periodically in life. We want to diminish the little things that we do regularly that actually support us even getting to the place that we have the large accomplishments. When you get a high school diploma, a college degree, people are like, oh yeah, the college, you know what? They should have them daggone megaphones. Listen, now I think I understand why people are crazy about like their kids when it's a kindergarten graduation. You're like, why are kindergartners graduating? Because it's an accomplishment. And you have to graduate from kindergarten before you can go to first grade. And if I will show up every single day at my kindergartner school like, you're the best. Yeah, you did your school. Because every little thing that you do contributes to the larger, grander scale accomplishments that we then want to take credit for and we want to share and talk to people about. But why are they such accomplishments? Why is it that graduation graduations and weddings and major birthdays or whatever are these huge accomplishments, because we recognize that it takes work in order to get those things. So we want to acknowledge the work that it takes to get a degree after, but we want to diminish that we study once, twice, 6 times a week in order to get the grades every semester, in order to get the degree at the end. And so I think that we have to shift our way of seeing things so that we're able to recognize that thing that we want to feel later, we can feel now. We have access to now. We're just our own roadblock. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. So if y'all got questions, y'all need to let me know. If not, I'm going to hop up off this mug, okay? So I will continue to answer these questions. I might start going live again daily now that I've had some rest, now that I've done some self-care. Okay, self-care. Oh, let me stop. I'm really just crazy. I think I just like seeing how crazy my face can look. Okay, I need help. Let me see. Saying no. It's those little needle spaces. I'm guilty of being too hard on myself and not celebrating little things. And you're not alone. Like, you're not the only person that's ever done that. I'm screenshotting this so that I can make sure I address these questions on a more lengthy scale later. Constant reminder to be gentle. We have to be gentle with ourselves. We are gentle with all kinds of other people. We will excuse, we will seek to comfort, we will seek to be there for all kinds of people outside of ourselves. But let it be you that needs some support, and you be like, you're fine. You can deal with it. You're good. Stop. Suck it up. Stop. You're lazy. But you wouldn't say that to your best friend. I just posted on my grid. You are not treating yourself like your best friend. If that's how you treat your best friend, is that when your best friend is struggling, you be like, no, you're good. You're fine. Suck it up. You're lazy. Stop being a baby. Which is not even a nice way to talk to people. Like, why are we downplaying babies and calling that a derogatory thing? But anyway, we need to be more gentle with ourselves. We need to not beat ourselves up or be hard on ourselves the way that we do. You need to stop bullying yourself, essentially, is what you're doing. And we need to start seeing that we come from confidence and abundance and love and peace and joy. And with that, in some sense of stillness in the midst of the craziness, then we can get through to whatever is next for us. Because there's no way that whoever created all of this is gonna just let it come to a screeching halt. And usually, nobody likes a boring story, okay? No one likes stories that have no dynamics, that have no conflict. We like stories that are full with richness of experiences and really insurmountable odds. So what's happening is a greater story is being written and told with all of our lives intricately tied into it. If you've seen the movie like Crash, or what is it? Is it Babel? Like those Love Actually, when they have all these different characters and then they happen to all be tied together somehow, is that right now a larger story is being created with our lives and with this narrative, and it's on us. All that is our responsibility is to show up as authentically as we possibly can. That's all we have to do. That's all we have to do, is just show up as authentically as we possibly can, and the rest of it is taking care of itself, because we are not the grand orchestrator or the writer of all of this. We are characters within this, and we have some level of influence within it, but at the end of the day, everything is working for our good, and we are always covered and taken care of. Now, that doesn't mean we're diminishing or invalidating anything that's going on in the world, but what it is doing is giving us the space and the ability to rejuvenate and re-energize, to sustain what we need to do in order for the story to end the way that it's supposed to. So I hope that helps. I'm Jacent Wamala, licensed marriage and family therapist, educator, and entrepreneur. If this is your first time, hey, welcome to the tribe. If this isn't, welcome back. I love you. So I appreciate you for spending some time with me. Times are wild right now, okay? If you need to check in, please send me a DM and we can set up a pay what you can check-in session and just chat about how you can move and show up as authentically as possible through this transition, through life's transitions through 2020, okay? As smoothly as possible, with support, with love. I think you're all phenomenal. I think you're all meant to be here on this planet right now because you have ideas, dreams, and other things that are supposed to come through you to make this story even more intricately beautiful. And I appreciate you allowing me to be a witness and a supporter of that experience. Your time and energy never goes unnoticed. I acknowledge that you could be doing any number of things right now, but you're choosing to spend some time with me, and it means the absolute world. I'm going to read through some of these comments and then I'm going to hop off of here, but who wants me to come back on live regularly? Let me know in the comments. Should I be back? Should I be coming back on a regular? Okay, this is why I don't come on live, because I really just start acting a fool, and it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. What does self-care in today's world look like? It's been really challenging to attain that. I think self-care in today's day and age has to look like what is going to best serve you at the time, which is actually, because it could change, right? And I was just talking about this earlier, that we have to reevaluate our practices and our boundaries and our self-care anytime something gets added or taken away, if that makes sense. So it's 2020, which is a regular year, right? And then boom, a pandemic hits. We need to reevaluate boundaries. We need to reevaluate self-care. We need to reevaluate where we're at and what we need. Summer hits. Racial injustice and systemic oppression has always been around, but there was a rise in insurgence of movement and energetic exhaustion around that time, right? It's another level of things. We need to reevaluate boundaries. We need to reevaluate self-care and what we want and what we need to be okay. Election year, right? Text messages every 30 seconds from people that I never gave my number to. Need to reevaluate boundaries, need to reevaluate self-care, need to reevaluate what I want and need to help me get through this time. So essentially, you need to ask yourself some questions. What boundaries, I hope somebody's writing this down and putting it in the comments. What boundaries would help me to best protect my peace? Somebody write these questions down, please. Number 1, what boundaries can I put in place to best protect my peace? You're worth having boundaries. You deserve to have boundaries that support your wellness and peace overall, okay? Number 2, what rituals and practices can I put in place and commit myself to doing consistently, preferably every day? I hope somebody's writing this as I'm talking. That help protect my peace, okay? Because protecting your peace is, my finger itches. Protecting your peace is, that's what self-care does, right? That's what you're doing, essentially. So your self-care might look like not being on your phone for the first 30 minutes of the day, not speaking to anyone for the last 30 minutes of the day, taking a walk on your lunch break so that you can get outside, because daylight savings makes it so that you don't get to go for a walk in the evening anymore. Binge watching Netflix for a period of time, and I'm not saying forever, okay? For a period of time, guilt-free and shame-free, because maybe you just want to enjoy some trash television, or you want to rewatch Game of Thrones or whatever, okay? You have to decide but you have to sit with yourself to figure out right now where I'm at, what do I need? And this assessment needs to be done daily, actually. It needs to be done momentarily, because You might say in the morning, oh, I want to do this thing. And then later on in the afternoon, it doesn't sound fun anymore because you need to reevaluate what in the moment. Everything, our whole entire lives is happening in the moment right now. So as we are talking right now, what can you do when we get off of this live, because we're about to get off within the next 4 or 5 minutes or less, that can support you protecting your peace? Somebody wants to write that down. I hope so. So self-care is going to look like whatever works for you. Okay. I've been trying to get outside more just to walk and get fresh air. Yes, we must be up. We must be moving. We must be active. Our bodies were physically made to do that. Walking is so underrated. It is so underrated. I dare you to take at least a 10-minute walk, or maybe just a 10-minute walk for 7 days straight and see what happens. I dare you. I get sick of looking at 4 walls. I know we were not meant to live that life. That's not how we were meant to live. You can put yourself in a car and listen to music, drive maybe to a park, and just be yourself. Hallelujah. Yes, that's genius. I take my time when I drive because I'm jamming in the car. I'm like, dee, 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 and I'm looking at people, and I'm looking at this, and I'm driving. I'm like, I'm enjoying my drive. You need to enjoy the moment as much as you possibly can. If that means you put your favorite songs are in the car and you enjoy yourself, then wonderful. I don't know what all these yeses are for, but I hope. Oh, I should be coming back live. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about. What boundaries? Thank you. Sunny dreams and happy things. What rituals? Yes. Thank you for writing that down. And y'all better be writing that down. You know we're supposed to be students and teachers, because this might be something that you need to tell your friend tomorrow when they come to work and they didn't sleep all night long, right? That they need to read these couple of questions here, figure out how to help them protect their own peace. But yes, I would highly recommend writing these 2 questions down. What boundaries can I put in place to best protect my peace? And what rituals and practices can I put in place and commit to doing regularly, like daily, okay? If that means you need to pray. That means you need to pray daily. If that means you need to meditate daily, if you need to be going on walks daily, you know who you are and you know what you need to do. Okay? Thank you. Appreciate it. It contributes to all of our collective wellness moving forward. You're going to have to cultivate selfishness. Selfishness is selflessness, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. I know it sounds really bad, but trust me. Yeah, you do need to practice selfishness. I don't know when we decided to make selfishness a bad thing. Selfishness is bad when it's only selfishness. But I guarantee, I am so sure that everybody on this live is not only selfish. And we all have it within. It's okay to be selfish. Like, you are yourself. You have yourself. Like, you came into the world by yourself and you're going to leave alone. That doesn't mean that you're not connected to other people, but you can greater connect to other people when you've taken care of yourself. Your parents and your primary caregivers took care of you when you were a baby, when you were young, because you couldn't. But they took care of you, hopefully, to teach you to learn how to take care of yourself. Unless your parents sucked, and I'm sorry, because sometimes parents just suck. And then we have to learn how to live with that, how to heal from that. So if I should save this live, let me know. If you feel like this was helpful in some way, shape, or form, please let me know with some comments, some little hearts that go boop, 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 or some little emojis that are like, and yeah, I will see what happens. So again, recapping, 1 week from today, going live with Dave Ramsey to do my debt-free scream. I'm so excited. 2 in 1 week, so keep an eye out. 2 is make sure that if you want to do a check-in session, if you need just to do a strategy call, get some clarity, figure out if you have questions about, okay, I need to come up with a self-care plan, boom, we can do that in 30 minutes. We can do that in 45 minutes. Pay what you can, coaching sessions, okay? And then the confidence course is something that I think I'm going to work on, and I think I might drop on Black Friday. So instead of spending your coins at a mall or like Macy's or whatever, you can spend it on your personal development. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to go. I love you so much. You guys are the bestest. You see how much I missed you? Anyway, I'm gonna go. I will save this live because it looks like it's been helpful, and maybe we'll chat tomorrow. I will see what I can do. It'll probably be after 8 or 9 if so, but we'll see what happens, okay? Bye.